The desire of ages. Chapter 3. The fullness of the time. The Savior's coming was foretold in Eden. When Adam and Eve first heard the promise, they looked for its speedy fulfillment. But the promise tarried. From the days of Enoch, it was repeated through patriarchs and prophets, keeping alive the hope of his appearing. The prophecy of Daniel revealed the time of his advent, though not all rightly interpreted the message. Century after century passed, the voices of the prophets ceased. The hand of oppression was heavy upon Israel. Yet God's purposes know no haste and no delay. As surely as Israel went forth from Egypt at the appointed hour, so in heaven's council the time for Christ's coming was determined. When the great clock of time pointed to that hour, Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Providence had directed the movements of nations until the world was prepared. The nations were united under one government. One language was widely spoken. The scriptures had been translated into Greek and were scattered throughout the empire. The expectation of the Messiah had spread beyond Israel, yet the world was in darkness. Heathen systems were losing their hold, yet men found no peace. Among the Jews, faith had grown dim, and hope had nearly ceased to illuminate the future. Many looked for a prince who would establish a kingdom in Israel. Few understood the nature of Christ's mission. The fullness of the time had come. Humanity, degraded through ages of transgression, called for the Redeemer. Satan had worked to make the gulf deep between earth and heaven. Through heathenism, he had turned men from God. Through Israel, he had perverted truth into formalism and self-righteousness. The principle that man can save himself by his own works had become the foundation of religion. Thus, men had no barrier against sin. The deception of evil had reached its height. The world presented a spectacle of misery and corruption. It was demonstrated before the universe that apart from God, humanity could not be uplifted. A new element of life must be imparted. The people whom God had called to be the pillar and ground of the truth had become representatives of Satan. The very priests who ministered in the temple had lost sight of the significance of the service they performed. The bodies of human beings, made for the dwelling place of God, had become the habitation of demons. Instead of destroying the world, God sent his Son to save it. He came to expel the demons that had controlled the will. At the very crisis when Satan seemed about to triumph, the Son of God came with the embassage of divine grace. Through every age, the love of God had been exercised toward the fallen race, and when the fullness of the time had come, the deity was glorified by pouring upon the world a flood of healing grace that was never to be obstructed or withdrawn till the plan of salvation should be fulfilled. Jesus came to restore in man the image of his Maker. None but Christ can fashion anew the character ruined by sin, to lift us from the dust, to reshape the marred character after the pattern of his divine character, and to make it beautiful with his own glory.